This phenomenon of globalization of RRR, I think, started with Japan. Well, NTR Jr. is still no match to a shark. I was in India and I know a lot of people love me. I'm very thankful for all that love. I'm grateful for God that He's giving me that opportunity. But what actually happened in Japan changed the whole perception. I've said it many times. This phenomenon of globalization of RRR, I think, started with Japan. When the East, especially, the kind of love, the kind of impact the Japanese audiences gave RRR, I think has resonated in the West also. So today, when I'm here with Devara, I feel more confident about the Japanese audiences liking the movie. It just has changed the way I see my films now. It has changed the way I see my movies as an actor and as a star. So definitely, I think with the love which we've got from RRR has given us more confidence. There is not much of a difference between Japan and India. I've said this many a times, but I think now this is my third visit to Japan and I'm getting to know the audiences more. I think culturally, India and Japan both share a very beautiful experience of being humble. People are so humble, people are so beautiful. And I think that heart of the Japanese audiences has given this beautiful new opening for Telugu films to come here and promote their films and get a nice response. So basically, for a filmmaker, for films, or for an actor, as many as audiences they can cater is their happiness. So today, I think, thanks to Japan here, the acceptance of Telugu cinema has given so much boost to the Telugu industry as itself. It's just amazing, the response. It started from Bahubali. Bahubali not only got us close to Japan, but Bahubali also erased the imaginary lines we had back in Indian cinema as well. It united us from being called Telugu cinema, Hindi cinema, Tamil cinema, or Malayalam cinema, or Karnataka cinema. It got us all together calling ourselves the great Indian cinema industry. That's the same thing I think is going to repeat itself in Japan. Today it's Telugu cinema. Tomorrow you'll have Hindi cinema coming. Tomorrow you'll have Tamil cinema coming. It just becomes one big Indian film organization also for us, which is amazing, which is what we want also to happen. Oh, definitely. A lot. As I told you before, we grow as actors also. We grow, our skill grows, our talent grows, our expectations also grow. So, especially after a movie like RRR, I really had to go through a lot of undoing in myself as an actor. As an audience also, I had to undo a lot of things which I've learned already. And I had to present myself as a new page altogether, a new page in my book. The pressure is always there, but if you take pressure is good. But as long as pressure drives you into the right direction. And for you to go into the right direction, you need to have right people around you. And I think, thankfully, I would definitely thank God for giving me the right people to help me go into the right way. I have very few friends who create an impact in my career. And one amongst all of these beautiful friends I have is Rajamouli. He is a very, very, very important person in my life who helps me take the right decisions. We discuss a lot about each other projects. And there is so much of communication that happens between me and him, which helps us go forward with a lot of confidence for the next movie. So I think that's exactly what happened with Devara. And well, when Devara released in India, and the blockbuster it was, again gave us a lot of confidence, saying that, okay, we are moving in the right direction. But again, the next movie you'll still have pressure. So it's a new pressure again. So pressure building is a part of your growth. So I think you should just take it into your stride, have right people, make the right decisions. You know, we are not perfect, all of us. Nobody knows the talent of how to make the successful movie, because successful movie does not have a recipe. You learn it through your experience, you learn it with your heart, your instinct. So I think that's exactly what everybody needs to do, and that's exactly what I have done, and things have worked the right way for me. I hope these instincts and these right people will be there with me in my life for a long time. Thank you so much. I mean, this is the response I'd like. If this kind of a response comes from the audience, I'll be the happiest. It gives me another reason again to come back to Japan with better films. Well, that is something which I think when we were here promoting RRR itself, there was an idea of doing RRR a sequel for, we discussed it then. But I think Rajamouli right now is a little too busy in his career also. I wish there is a sequel. So I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know when this man is going to make it. Today, Rajamouli is a global phenomenon. So there are many, many, many stories which he wants to tell the global audiences. I hope it happens. I don't know when it's going to happen. But whenever it happens, I'll be ready. If you observe a few songs in Devara especially, you know, because they come from a different world, the dances cannot be very normal. You know, my most favorite part is, yes, there is Dawoodi, where I dance like a maniac. But more than Dawoodi, I like this song called Ayudha Puja. You know, where it goes with the groove where you're taking your t-shirt, putting it in your mouth, and then doing that with your hair. You know, when warlords dance, it's sort of that. It was not very challenging for me to dance, but it was very challenging to choreograph it. So Mr. Ganesh Acharya, the choreographer, did a fantastic job. It's very tough to find the balance of dancing and dancing very violently. Though it is very violent, it needs to have a beautiful rhythm to it. And of course, you know, now that I have danced so much in my career, in all my movies, the pressure of dancing always continues in my career. Dance is going to continue all my life. I have to realize that I'm also growing a little old. So I have to protect my knees. I'll have to protect my legs. I'll have to protect my back in order to continue dancing, you know, for the audiences throughout my career. I hope I'll survive. The action sequences are the highlight of the movie Devara. You know, every movie is based on a kind of an emotion. And Devara demanded these out of this top action sequences. And because that's the way how Mr. Koratala Shiva, my director, wanted to narrate. He did not want to narrate it in a very mellow way, because this talks about warriors, and warriors fight like warriors. They're not mellow. They're very forceful, you know. They're very fierce when the fight happens. And especially the water sequences, it was something very new which we've tried. And especially the VFX which happens in creating water is the toughest in the VFX department. And even creating creature creation is also extremely difficult. And we have a shark which we have created, and that whole underwater sequence we shot for about 30 days underwater. It was the toughest in my career so far. I mean, even if you look at RRR was also had some amazing action sequences. So today I think the generation loves a lot of action in their movies. And that's why I think even Devara, we deliberately chose that we should have some beautiful action sequences, well choreographed action sequences, even the action sequence of Devara, when he cuts two people, a half crescent moon becomes full crescent, with the blood. That was such a beautiful shot. I think my director envisioned it so beautifully. And today when you're watching the movie, you're loving every bit of those action sequences. So though it was very difficult for us to shoot, ultimately when it strikes a good note with the audiences, I think we are the happiest. Thanks, obviously. I really can't do it. I mean, like those stunts with an original shark. Thank God it was VFX. Well, NTR Jr. is still no match to a shark. Thank God Rajmouli trained me well with RRR, where I had to imagine a tiger. So this time I imagined a shark. It's a mix of many emotions. I started when I was 17 years old. It was like, I think I can actually look at my career today because I'm 42. I entered when I was 17, so it's been 25 years. It's like from being a kid, when you go to your school the first day, where you don't know anything, but you have this excitement of you don't know what. And then slowly you pick yourself up, you learn a few things, then you think what all you've learned is not enough. Then you fall down, then you wake up again, you get up, you try something new again, then you go forward. Then again after some time you fall down. Then again you pick yourself up, you go forward. And in between these 25 years, you make amazing friends. People who you don't know at all. Suddenly they become so important in your life, who help you understand, who teach you a lot. You've entered into your life all by yourself, alone. And then there is so much love. Suddenly you make these beautiful fans. You don't know how you're connected. You're not connected by blood, but you're connected by love. So much of love, where you get scared sometimes. That is what I'm doing enough to pay them back for the love they've given me? And then you get married. And then you have these two beautiful children who again look like you, who you think are like you again. The same experiences which you have had as a kid. You start seeing yourself in them. And then they give you again a reason to go forward in life. They give you a meaning of your life, of being a father. And then you get this feeling of being a husband. You feel grown in your life. And then suddenly, if that was not enough, if making so many fans and so many friends wasn't enough, suddenly you take a flight. You fly 9 hours to a place you've never been to before. You've only heard in your books. You've heard in your geography class. You realize that, when there is so much love, you have to give back. And the only thing what I can give back is my movies. So I want to make good movies as much as I can and repay back this beautiful society, this world which has given me so much of love. So I just, while telling you, I just actually felt, I felt my 25 years of my journey. It was beautiful. I'd like to thank him for the question he asked. He's just made me memorize everything, Hello, Japan. Konnichiwa. This is me, NTR Jr, Tarak, whatever you can call me. I'm back to Japan with after RRR with a new movie called Devara. I hope you all get to watch the movie and give us the same love you've given for RRR. Arigatou gozaimasu.